So you want to be an editor making thousands of dollars per month, but for some reason you can't get yourself to do the work for it. It feels like there's something missing, something which only the top 1% of editors do, which allows them to make so much money. Well, I'm not exactly top 1%, maybe top 10 or something, but here's 3 underrated tips you can use to hopefully increase your productivity. Hack number 1. Low frequency brain wavelength. Our brains have a constant wavelength, which you might have heard of. Delta waves, alpha waves, beta waves, and sigma. This means at some points of the day, your brain is at a higher frequency, usually during high periods of stress and stimulation, and at other points your brain is at a lower frequency, usually when you're feeling more relaxed. So to use this to your advantage, you have to make sure you're working when your brain is at a low frequency. Imagine trying to work after coming back from a rave with hundreds of people and blasting loud music versus after you've just woken up on a peaceful Sunday morning. There are certain things you could do during the day which can help prime your brain to have the right frequency for work. Here's what I do. The best thing to do is to work first thing in the morning. After you've slept, your brain has had a reset and a refresh, so you're in the best state you can to start work. Of course, if you're getting bad sleep, then you won't be as well rested and your brain will be a higher frequency, so try to get enough of that. When you wake up, don't disrupt the frequency by doing anything like checking social media, going out and talking to your friends, or literally anything other than doing work. Besides that, there are a few things which can lower your brain frequency, so if you're feeling restless and not in a good frame of mind to work, then try these things. Meditation, going for a walk in nature if possible, journaling, exercising, stretching, reading, sitting and doing nothing, actually, and napping. As well as this, here are some things you shouldn't do if you're planning on doing work later. Doom scrolling, binging shows, partying, listening to music, doing multiple stimulating things at once, and actually just most things which are stimulating really. This means trying to not do any of these things if you want to do work later, because the chances of you doing work, actual work, will be much lower. But if you do end up doing these things, which of course will end up happening at some point, then just try some of the activities which lower your brain frequency and hopefully that will help. Hack 2. You can't overwork, but you can under-rest. If you're trying to do a lot of work, but you keep finding yourself burning out and not being able to keep it up, then chances are you're not resting properly. Working is quite an intense thing for you and your brain, especially if you're actually focused, which means you need to give yourself some unfocused time to unwind. See, for 99% of the day, we're doing something, meaning output, or consuming something, meaning input. This means that our brains are constantly active, either receiving information or processing and putting it out. The way to properly recharge your brain is to give it some space. Go and let your mind wander. Sit on the toilet and just think. Sit and eat some food and just think. Or just sit and think. We're always doing something or consuming something, so our brains never get time to process things and refresh. The only times we do really reset is during sleep, which most people don't get enough of, or in the shower, because you can't take your phone in there. So specifically, to avoid overworking, or more accurately, under-resting, try some of these things. Go on a walk in nature, again. Meditate, again. Exercise without music, again. Any kind of boring task without consuming something at the same time. For example, cooking, cleaning, or using the toilet. Hack 3. Setting up for success. This isn't really a hack, but I'm just going to run you through everything I do before I start work to set myself up for success. Firstly, I put my phone in a completely different room or just as far away as possible. Even just the presence of your phone saps away at your focus because it's just a temptation lying in wait. No questions, just put it in a different room and it'll be out of your mind and you'll realize how insane it was to be working with your phone anywhere near you. Secondly, nothing else open. Let's say I'm editing a video. If you went on my computer, all you'd be able to see is Premiere Pro, After Effects, and File Explorer. Nothing else, no music, no YouTube tabs, nothing. The work you do when you're focused and doing just that one thing is unparalleled. If you haven't tried it, then I beg you to just try and open one thing and tell yourself to not do anything else for the next hour and watch how much you get done. Apart from that, most mornings I usually have a cold shower just because it wakes you up and refreshes you so much. Again, if you haven't tried it, then just go and stick yourself under some cold water for 30 seconds, your head, then your body, then everything, because honestly, it wakes you up so much and gets you in the zone. Also, I meditate most days for 20 to 40 minutes, which is kind of like the brain frequency thing because it's really good for just calming and helping you focus down on one thing. But anyways, I hope you found something of value from this video. Go and try at least one thing from here, and I'll see you in the next one.